transitions. Let's talk about our life when we're in a transition. Sometimes they can feel horrifying. Sometimes they can feel exciting. Sometimes they feel like something in between, which is exactly what I'm feeling right now as I'm adventuring back to the United States for the first time in a year. And it's going to be a completely different place. There's a new president, one that is changing things a lot, regardless of what my mind's ideas, my opinions about him are, based on the very limited information that I have access to of what is happening in the United States. I'm going back and I can feel the nervousness in my body. And so I wanted to speak through what is it like to go through a transition. You know, I've been in Europe for a year. I was living in Portugal, but I've really just been hopping around the Mediterranean from Spain to Italy, which is where I am right this moment in Milan filming this, to Croatia, and of course Portugal. And as I'm heading from the Mediterranean back into the United States, where I'm from, I'm asking myself some pretty big questions, and I'm exploring some really powerful awarenesses that are going to allow me to move through this unknown, uncertain space with a lot of ease, a lot of trust in what I don't know and what I don't have the answers to. So if you're in a place where you're feeling quite freaked out or limited, or you gotta have things ready for July to feel okay, like for you to set yourself up for the future, then just stop what you're doing, pause it, stop thinking, stop having the ideas, the solutions, the how-tos, the researching. Let yourself be where you are, because no matter what we set ourselves up for, we can imagine these illusions of what's going to make us feel safe as we're adventuring back into or forward into something new, something we haven't done before, in a place that might feel unsafe. And if you're entering into a part of your life that feels unsafe and uncertain, then this is such good news that you're even sitting here listening to this message, because it means that you're open to working with and creating something new and finding that peace within that is not reliant on your external environment, on your relationship with another person, whether that be your parents, a lover, a partner that's a boyfriend or a girlfriend or a husband. Like, it really doesn't matter. Or maybe your job and your employer or your clients. None of this really matters, because the work to feeling safe and powerful transitions into new chapters of our lives has everything to do with what's going on inside. And so it's about connecting into where are you right now and how do you actually feel. If you can't look at how you feel, if you can't watch it and witness it without trying to fix it and make a solution, then we're going to be going around in like circles. This could feel like insanity. And it's going to feel maybe very isolating or exhausting and tiring when we try to find solutions all the time and how-tos and safe routes of passage to where we want to be. But in fact, that's all an illusion, that it's out there, that I'm going to figure it out in the United States and I'm going to have the financial means to make sure I'm okay forever, and to know that I'm going to have a partner who's really committed to me. And that out there dynamic has nothing to do with what's going on in here. It's a trigger, yes. It's a ripple. It's an indicator of what's going on internally within me. And so if you're in that moment of feeling that internal environment, like your inner world is overwhelmed and anxiety and freak out, then I'm telling you this is really good news, because it means that you're at a new edge of your life. You're at a new level of self-trust, of self-love, of creation, of co-creation with this world. And that means that you can really create anything, but what you get to do first is feel into your overwhelm, feel it, not think through it. I was on one of my women's circles yesterday. I have women's circles every now and then where every now and then. I have women's circles, and one of them that I built recently is about unfuckwithable trust in yourself. How do we create that? How do we build that? And yesterday I facilitated a session, I guided a session on shadow work and getting to know our inner shadow, which is that part of us where we feel like it's ugly, we don't like it, we want to be positive, we don't want to feel the grimy, gross stuff. And it turns out, from my experience, that shadow work is one of the most powerful ways to build trust. Going in and looking at the parts of us that aren't okay, that we avoid, that look ugly, and witnessing them, just observing them without trying to make them positive, change them, fix them, whatever that is. Just going in and observing what's going on in our emotional state without the logic piece, without the analysis piece, is what allows us to move into a new chapter with so much more ease. Yes, you can have the analyses, but let's know that they're not you, that your thoughts, your emotions even are not you. And if you're afraid of feeling certain things like falling apart, or you don't want to go more into overwhelm because it's just really hard, I really honor you. I honor you for that experience that can feel really hard, that can feel just horrifying, that can feel like you're breaking and maybe a part of you is dying, or a part of your life that you really, really love. It's not the easiest thing to do. So I'm just gonna wrap it up here because I get to go catch my plane at the airport. I want to leave you with just one thing, and that is a presence. I really hope that you find and create that presence within yourself to acknowledge the moment you're in, rather than trying to be somewhere else and have the right ideas of what will make you safe and what will get you what you want in your life. All of that isn't relevant right now. If you're in a moment of transition and big change, you get to feel it and be where you are, because it's going to be gone before you know it. It's going to be over, and you're going to look back at this moment in your life and you're going to think, wow, that time that I went through something really hard and I created this from it. But we can't create the most magical things if we're trying to control every single thing in our life. That's where this point of surrender comes in, to feeling our feelings and being with them, knowing that they are not us. The logical mind is going to say, F that, that is not what I want to do. Doesn't make sense to create the goals that I have, to have, like, why would I just experience so much beat up? It's not about that. It's about watching yourself and being where you are and trusting that the emotions moving through you get to move through you. It really is a powerful thing to be able to look at the most hard, dark places within yourself, that those emotions that feel so gross, and trust and witness and be present to them without having to do anything. Let it be a yin process. Let it be a restful process. Let it be a regenerative process. Let it be your winter, where the seeds in you go to germinate and they come up when they're ready. But you don't have to control it. Stop trying to control. That's what I want to leave you with. Stop trying to control. Be where you are and trust that it's a temporary moment where you are held and you are protected and you are so provided for. All right, my name is Taylor. Thank you for being with me on The Wealthy Changemaker here in Milano. And with so much love and so much light, I will catch you next time.